Hey, hey, hey. T, can you hear me?
I can hear you. There you go.
Child, just a day. I'm telling you, a day.
Look at you looking
But
all
I'm here.
you looking all nice. Got me looking like
Uh,
a stepchild.
I really want to wear my baseball hat, my Niners hat.
Hey, we
This
can
is
do it
what,
with we can do that.
this is what I really want to do. Put on my hat. I
We can do
did.
that every now and then we can dress down Friday. How's that?
Yeah, that'll work. They do it at corporate. Do it in the
That's
corporate
right.
area. You can wear jeans
That's
to work
right.
and everything on Fridays. They be letting you do everything. Supposed to be showing up to work like they going to the club.
Just show up.
Listen, I remember when I used to work in a call center. They used to show up like they going to the club on Friday. Y'all hear me? The club. Listen,
I ain't
like
never showed up like that. Hey
they
Stacy.
yes, they would come with their little party tight pants, knee high boots. Honey, they was going to the bar. They was at the bar for 8 hours.
Oh.
At work. I'm like, dang, yes. You
No,
tell them dress.
I ain't never showed up like that.
You tell them dress down at work. Y'all know it's true. They be telling people dress down at work, and y'all be looking like they said dress down. That means wear some jeans and some gym shoes. What you got on?
See, we had casual Fridays, but in corporate and law firm, it was they told us what not to wear, so we didn't have to have all of that shenanigans. So we called it casual Fridays, and you had to still look professional, but not like you going out on a Friday night.
Listen, but see, your job G14 classified. You work at the G14. Let me tell y'all, I went to New York, and I had the pleasure of going to Tony's job. Let me tell you about Tony's job. When I say Tony's job G14 classified, I say this for a reason. You can't get upstairs. You cannot get to Tony's office. We had to get on the elevator. First of all, somebody else sent the floor. We couldn't even push the button. You can't push the button. And then you still can't get into her floor. You got to get off at the other floor and walk up. I mean, let me tell you.
Yeah, we gotta go. You gotta
Yeah.
get the clearance. Hey,
They wearing
Catherine.
their fishing clothes.
Fishing
Listen,
clothes.
walk up to work. You like, wait a minute. I thought it was just jeans and a t-shirt. Y'all up in this mug. Y'all got on y'all little bitty mini skirt. Y'all might as well go in the corner and take a little picture.
Hey, Naya.
Hey,
Thank you,
Naya.
Naya.
Listen. So we gonna have dress down day, but y'all, it ain't gonna be dress down day for like that. We just gonna have on our baseball hats and just be dressed down.
That's it. We're gonna be comfortable.
We gonna be comfortable. But yeah, child, whole hot mess. I was like, wait a minute, what? All y'all that work in the call center, raise your hand that have seen Dress Down Friday. Raise your hand if you have seen Dress Down Friday at work. Okay? Post in the comments what you have experienced, fishnet stockings and all. Go ahead and post it up.
Club night, club day,
Club night,
all day.
9 to 5. Club 9 to 5.
Too funny, too funny. Yeah, we should do that like maybe once a month, or we could squeak out twice a month, but at least once a month.
Right. Yeah, because it's been a day. I think I don't know.
Right.
I'm hot.
Hot, child. You remember last night we had our guest from where was he from? Alaska.
Alaska.
Lissha, let me tell you, today is 7 degrees.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Here, where I am.
I'm sorry.
It's cold.
Oh, see, I'm sorry to hear that.
You are.
Listen, I have been there. I lived in Michigan for like 20 years. So I know what the snow is. I just hate the snow. I don't like the snow. I don't want to be nowhere where it's 12 below. I just don't.
Well, Catherine said she did one time. I have been to Fisher a time or two. Oh, let me find out, Miss Catherine.
Catherine said she been so Catherine, what did you wear? You had your fishnet stockings on and your stilettos. You was up in there working, it wasn't you?
Tell us, Catherine. We won't tell nobody.
Y'all ain't gonna tell nobody, are y'all? Yep, we're not gonna tell nobody. Go ahead and tell us.
We're not gonna tell nobody.
Not us. So, what you have on?
Well, Stacey, we want to know about your dress down Fridays. Don't think we just giving a come on, Stacey.
Listen, she said fisherman. Wait, she said Fisher time. So listen, that means that she was throwing the reel out to reel them in. You know what? Fast. You fast, child.
Oh,
it always be them quiet ones. It always be them quiet ones. She wore wedges.
Oh, all right, Miss.
She said wedges and cleavage. Y'all listen.
She got the duo going, top and bottom.
Just fast.
All right, Miss Catherine. We see you.
Oh my God, y'all. I needed that laugh. Let me tell you, it's so hot. I'm like hot up in here. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. You got your AC on?
No, ma'am. It's cold outside, but it's hot in the house. I had the heat on, and the heat upstairs be bumping. Downstairs be cold. So when I'm downstairs, I turn on the fireplace and a little ceiling fan and warm up the living room.
Circulated.
Mm-hmm. But today, I don't know what's going on. It's hot up in here. My fan and everything downstairs. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Y'all see Lissha having those hot flashes. All right, we're gonna send some cool breeze over your way, Lissha.
Can you have hot flashes at 44? Y'all chime in. Can this happen at 44? Am I getting that? Am I having my own tropical storm here?
Oh, look at Miss Catherine.
She got a free meal.
She got
a mess. Catherine said, dressed down Friday. She wore her wedges. She had her cleavage out. She got a free meal.
Go ahead, Miss Catherine. Don't tell me hot flashes. Girl, you a mess.
She said, yes, you can. It's called premenopause, y'all. I don't know. I still have kids. I don't know if that's true.
Well, she had something over there.
I'm hot. Like, y'all don't see my nose is shining. Listen, it's serious. Some seriousness going on over here. But we gonna open up this show and get it cracking, y'all.
Absolutely, because they done got us all up in there, all types of mixes before the show.
Shenanigans.
Well, welcome to Let's Chat Live. My name is Toni, and I got the hot one over there, Miss Lissha. She the hot mama tonight. Welcome to y'all live Friday, because man, it's not only live on Facebook, it's live up in the chat room tonight, guys. We are having a good time. But Lissha and I love when you guys join us. You know, we love bringing our passion to what we do, and that passion started off as literature, but our passion has evolved into so much more than just literature. You know, and tonight is a perfect example. We got the wonderful, talented Miss Charlotte up in the chat room tonight, and she's not going to be talking about literature. She's going to be talking about her passion. So we can't wait for her to share her new journey. We are with it. We got the ladies up in the house, and let's get it popping on this hot, cold Friday night, hot flash wedge cleavage night.
Listen, we gonna ask Miss Charlotte when she come up in here, because I know she done seen some Friday dress down things at work.
Hey, Miss Toni. Hey, Lissha. I hear some hotness going on. What y'all talking about up in here?
Girl. You know, on Fridays, when you have dress down Fridays at work, and people come into work dressed like they going to the bar.
I cannot. You know why I cannot? Because it's two different people. I think the co-workers. You got the whites and then you got the blacks, and it's two different dress downs. You know, with the blacks, you know, you're gonna have maybe some house shoes, some little, you know, or the Spanish ones with the shoes with the little flower on them and the sweatsuit, you know. And then the whites, they got on shorts, but it's wintertime, and they just looking slovenly like they just rolled out, and you looking.
Ooh.
No, this is not really the day for that. They said dress down, not dress to lay down. Like it's not.
That's so true. You gonna put a whole different spin on it, Lissha.
Listen, I ordered DoorDash because, you know, when I work, sometimes I don't be having time. It's just me. And it was really cold this day in Georgia. This chick got out the car. I kid you not. Had on her booty shorts. I just looked. And then I'm like, What? Yes, it was cold outside. She had on them shorts. She was wearing them shorts.
She
I tell
wanted
you.
you to see, like she giving you her Nita Baker, the best she got. Here, get this booty.
Oh,
That's how it would be.
All right, Miss Charlotte, this is what we want you to do. We
Uh-huh.
want you to pull up a little bit.
Am I up? Because I was reclining because I just got off work too. Let me see. This is
Now
like
we
my
want you to pull it. Now we want you to pull it over the other way. Yes, ma'am. We want to see that.
this way or this way? Okay,
Yep,
I'm
that
trying
way.
to get it. That
Uh,
the other way.
Wait, it's technical.
okay, Miss Charlotte.
Wait, okay, bam.
There you go.
Yes,
We
there
good?
it is. Yes,
Now I feel like
ma'am.
I gotta hold my neck real stiff because I don't wanna like this is
You
like my first like video talking to other people and about like the things that I'm doing now. Like I'm usually like on everybody's stuff, listening and doing whatever. So this is like the first. So y'all just gonna have to
that's
deal
all
with me.
right.
Like, I'm a
That's
whole
all
movie.
right.
I'm over here like I'm
Let
on the
me
video.
tell
I'm
y'all.
on the TV and live talk. Like, girl, you see, I don't go live. I don't be doing none of that because I know me with my no filter, I need to edit. So I'm on the TV. So y'all gonna have to bear with me. But hi, y'all.
It's all right, Miss Charlotte. So we come to talk that talk with you. We
Hey.
are so proud of you.
Oh.
Listen. Okay, you got to tell us. Tell us about Charlotte's Corner. Tell us about your journey.
Okay. So Charlotte's Closet is a thing that I had thought about for a while and I kind of like just threw it on the back burner. I like clothes, I like to dress, and I'm a plus size woman. So it's more of a challenge for me or us or whoever, than it is for maybe a size like 2 to 12, I'm gonna say. So I felt like because it's such a challenge, like I have to, like when I go places or anything, I have to rise to meet that challenge. And it became like something that like fuels me because even if I feel bad inside, like outside is kind of, you got to do some fixing up. So outside, if you're feeling bad inside, you get your outside together, the inside to follow, and vice versa. So, finding nice clothes, because I think as the bigger you get, the uglier the clothes. That's just me. Like plus size, but
Yeah.
it's a mess. Like it's like moo and it's like nail Carter.
A
And
hot
I want them to give
mess.
me a break. Like I can't do none of that. Like I
And
need
then
to
they don't be
really-
lasting long. They
no,
just
and then
wash
they
them,
want
that's it.
and they in certain, I think certain brands, like I'm talking about regular plus size women, not like the Prada plus, like your clothing budget is like 5 G's and you can go and do what you will. I'm just talking about like working
Yeah.
women and moms and grandmoms that they try to like, desexualize us as we get older and more around us. So that was
Yeah.
That's a good word. Desexualize. I never thought of it like that. That's a good
because
word.
you see, they as the clothing as we get older and the sizes get bigger, the sexy come out. It's not a sheer panel no more. It's
Right.
not, the waist
Yeah.
is not really made to flatter. It's just made like, we got all this material for these 2X's, so we just gonna flap them together and give it to them. And I think that that in itself was just driving me crazy. And
Right.
I used to be a size like 6, 10, and I think as you mature and you get older, people also have a thing like they think they can give you compliments like, oh, you're so big but you're so pretty for a big girl, or you dress so nice. That's just another thing. And I think like our voice, like even on TV and movies, you don't see plus size women really doing like leads and kissing and leading things going on and selling.
Right.
That's like sexy for not like 30 something, but like I'm over 40. Like I still want to look nice and feel good. And a lot of times, people ask me like, where you get that from or what's going on? And anybody that know me like on Facebook, anything, they have inboxed me. I have told them like where to go, whatever's going on, like here, go here, you could do this, like a lot of my friends. And so I was like, okay, this is something that I wanted to do, but I kind of like sucked it up and went on with life, working, whatever. And the pandemic came, and right before it came, I did a vision board, and I didn't really know what I really wanted to do on the vision board. I went to Michael's. I got like these little decals. It's like a camera and red carpet, all this stuff I put on the thing. And I was like, oh, clothes, fashion, style, because these are the things that bring me joy. I just put it up there, put it on the thing, forgot about it, because then that COVID hit, And that just sent me into a whole nother downward spiral. And I hope
Right.
everyone is being safe, and and y'all, your family is good and everything like that, because that just like took a hold of me like you wouldn't believe. And I don't know about anybody else, but it really kind of like had me in the good, like watching the news 20 hours a day, not sleeping, wanting to know what's going on, not really leaving the house, and really just forgetting about like things that bring you joy, like putting on clothes and doing these things and whatever. And I got a message from Julia Press Simmons, and she is the editor of Intellectual Inc. magazine. She's a baby woman-owned magazine, and she was like, I'm doing this magazine, and I wanted to know if you wanted to write a column for the magazine. And I'm like, in the middle of like a real serious mental breakdown, and it was just like a light bulb just went off in my head. Like I can channel some of this energy that I have, and putting my passion, putting clothes together, and just talking to like my sisters and the ladies, and just doing about different things. So it came out. The first issue was out in November for Black Friday, and that was the first time. And I was like published like psych, because Kawan writes books. That's not my thing. Like I never really wanted to even foray into that arena, because excuse me, everybody has their own lane, and I don't want to hear like, oh, she writing this because her husband writing, she's sliding through and all of that. So I kind of like shied away from it, because like I always wrote different things, stories. I won awards for stuff like that, coming up in school. But once I like met Kawan, I shied away from like writing and stuff. But this right here, it just tied like everything that I wanted to do. And I love to get dressed up, girl. Like I love to be like the ugliest I could be, like all the way down to like a -10, and then bring it up to 1,000, and then just so good. Like I swear, like if y'all see some of these befores, like I can't even post the befores. That's how those befores be. Like it just be for me. But I swear, I love to go down to the ground. And I mean, I went to a restaurant one time, and I was like down to the ground, and then I came back the same day, all the way up, and the men did not even recognize me, and I was just rolling. Like it just makes me laugh so much, because that's what I just like to do. And I think that's for me.
I love it.
I'll be out there.
I do want to say now, Miss Charlotte, listen, we having Jay Amore on. He is dropping the House of Jay Amore, and that is going to have a plus size line to it. He's going to be here he's going to be here on the 4th.
I would love to be here to front row seat. I want to hear all about this.
Yes, and he's so dope. Yes, he's so dope. He's a designer here in Atlanta. The other thing is, that they have personal shoppers. That's like a whole business you can create. Literally, Charlotte's Closet. People can hire you to dress them, and you can ship the clothes. Just like I forgot the name of the company, but their plus size stuff is ugly too.
It's a mess. It is, and it's really like a gap, and I appreciate that. I love hearing you like, yeah, maybe I could be dressed, but I do, for close family and friends, like it's not a thing. But I'm always open to anything, like. I have my Facebook group, Charlotte's Closet. Anyone like, I do little giveaways and stuff like Zoom talk. We do a fashion talk. I did one with Danielle, which was so great. So I'm all for like shopping for people. I don't have, because I am a buyer. I'm really not a seller. I would love to be a seller, but I'm more of a buyer in my spirit. So I think that would be awesome. I think
because people get stylists every day. They get a stylist every day. And even when you're plus size, the stylist can only do so much because the clothes is ugly. So they gotta work with what they got.
We gotta do some miracles. It does require extra, I think
a good eye.
And everybody listen, we all could use a hand in areas, in some areas. So I would definitely be open to shopping for people, and just in my whatever I can lend to anything going on. I'm always good for a compliment, for a woman, for whatever, because we all we got. I think like we need to band a little more together. Like with all of this stuff going on, this world is all crazy and everything like that. We gotta remember, like we still Mother Earth, and we have to treat each other as such, or we won't even grow.
That's true. And Stacy wants to know, Charlotte, she wants to know, will you eventually style people once the pandemic eases up? That's from Stacy Johnson.
We can style even while the pandemic is raging on.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, we can definitely do that, because even we got to find a new normal. So we definitely like I'm all like anyone want to be styled like, and the new magazine drops on the 1st, and there is my information. You can subscribe. I have my website on there for the article to do. Anyone that wants to be interviewed, want to style, they want to have fashion, because write me, girl. I'm available. We are pandemic. It's not so much that we could do, but I will style in and out the pandemic. So amen from a brother. Okay, brother, amen. Who brother taking me to church on Friday? Friday night service. All right.
That's our buddy James Rodman.
Hey, James Rodman.
Went to the show.
Okay. Yes.
Amen from the brother.
He has his new book out, Butterfly. Make sure you cop that. Just give him a little plug.
All right. I love a good plug. That's what it's all about. It's definitely what it's all about.
Now, Miss Charlotte, when you sit down to do your column, what is that process like? Because I know you said you wrote while you were in school. I know that Quan got that band pen, but what is that? That's columns are different. What was that process like for you to sit down and write in just a different element, but writing about what you love?
Well, it took me a minute. First, I had to set like the atmosphere of me, because before I started writing the closet, I'm not even gonna lie, my real closet was a hot mess, girl. I had to really get it together. Like, okay, get rid of some stuff, get some stuff together, and I like to look at the things that I have, and
Could you say that again?
Oh, I'm sorry, Alexa. Man, that's the I am so sorry. And now she's telling me don't worry about it. I'm so sorry, y'all. The real time. That's the thing.
Charlotte.
Yeah, but I looked at the stuff like I had, and we she was just saying like, and really what was just at that time, what was really on my heart is like what we talked about, like not enough sexy clothes, for big women, and the Instagram and all of that stuff, and just for my own personal experience, like that because again, I feel like as the size get big, there is a certain desexualization of plus size women, and for me, that was from my personal experience, and it kind of just was like, once I knew that this was about or whatever, it just kind of just came out of me like, okay, yeah, because this is how I feel, and this is how I'm always going to feel, and I always want to be an advocate for maybe plus size women that shy, that don't want to say like, y'all doing me dirty out here with these ugly ass clothes, trying to act like I don't want to have a good time. So
That's right.
I definitely want to always be an advocate and speak up. So that's kind of where my mindset was at. And just each month is different. Like I think the first one was about how I feel about clothes. The second one was about it was still outside time, so we could go outside. So it was about like cute and comfy clothes, because everybody don't want to be all the way to the top. Right. And January was about my real great passion, that is like the gift and the curse, shoes. I love shoes, but they don't really love me back, girl. Like when them feet hurt, it's over.
Listen, Miss Charlotte.
I love them.
I want to ask you this question, because you really talk about it. And do you think that desexualization creates the stigmatism for a lot of plus size women to not only body shame themselves, but body shame others?
Definitely. And it's not only is that, it's a reverse thing also, because it's also thin women that don't feel as confident as a plus size woman that really project that low self-image onto them. And that's where those backhand compliments come from.
That's right.
Oh, you so brave. Why? Because I'm on the beach in my baby suit, girl. It's hot. Like, why wouldn't I be? I'm just one Indian out here. And this is like a personal experience for me, a coworker. Like, I was on vacation, my thighs is always out. I don't care. I wear my crop top. Yes. And I am a plus size. My crop be top. I don't care. So I see, I'm out wherever I'm at. And one of my coworkers writes on the picture, like, oh, you got more guts than me. I was like, what? What? What's happening? I was like, oh yeah, more butt too. Like, what are you talking about? And then she was like, guts. She went on to say guts as in bravery. And I was like, so I'm just one Indian out here on this hot ass beach. It's like 99 degrees.
Ain't nobody else.
I'm the only brave one. And she was going to really give like a whole, like, this was like my lunch partner. We would walk every day. And she's then, probably like a size 4 or whatever. We would walk every day. But she went on to say, like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. It's not even whether you mean it like that. So listen, whatever you feel is lacking in you that you would not feel comfortable on the beach in a bathing suit, do not project your low self-image onto me. Like, girl, because I don't have those same hangups.
Right.
So you need to get you together. And don't tell me that I'm out here like one ass baby brave Indian because I want to be in vogue with my skin out. Like, I don't understand.
That's true. That's true. Now, Charlotte, you had your vision board with your fashion, and it's something that, was a passion of yours. Now, as you foray into the fashion world, is it everything or more or less than you thought it would be?
That's a good question. I like those good questions, Miss Toni. Yes, well thought out.
I try.
It depends on the time, what's going on at the time. Sometimes it's more like when I first saw my name like printed in Amazon, I'm like, look at me, and I see, the steam building and I was like, oh, it's so great. But then there's also other times, where it's like people saying, yes, girl, we support you in all your endeavors, but did not click a $3 book, did not share a link, did not do a review and things like that. That's kind of the less part, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes support in itself is free. And the more part is rewarding when I have someone like, when I did the contest and it's me and Danielle and we talking about her style or my own editor, like, the reason why, the story is not really told, but we had discussed like clothes way back and I was, giving her some tips and things like that. And she remembered that when she was putting together her magazine. So it's rewarding. And sometimes it can be like a little drawback, but you don't want to get too caught up in either or. Like, you got to live for the moment. It's sometimes like, it's like, and then there's other times where it's like, and it's also how you feel about yourself and how you take in a lot of the content that's out there. Because I think as women, then as, women of color and women of plus, we throw in so many things. Girl, Instagram, big booty. We don't like your big booty, but her big booty is all right because she white or that. And all of these things are just thrown out there. So, we have to really just, be able to reach deep down sometimes and pull ourselves up when we feel like we crumbling and sometimes just lay the fuck down. Excuse my French. I'm sorry, but just lay down. Yeah, like lay down, because I don't think that that's something that we do, more, more as much as we need to. So yeah, it's rewarding most times, but I got to start with like just feeling fulfilled, like just actually doing it, because like a few months ago, I wasn't doing. I was sitting here watching this news, trying to see what's happening, what's opening up, and we can get some more toilet tissue and things like that. So so this was a great time to kind of like dig deep. And right now I'm working on new projects, and I just did an interview with a plus size model. Her name is Lyris Cross. It's going to be in the new issue, the February issue. She won Project Runway, the first plus size model to do so. And it was a great interview. It was a great interview, and it was great just to see like we kicking the door. Like it should always be kicked in, but we need to be more seen in as sexy, just mature women or queen ages or whatever have you, as opposed to the mammies and the grandmas and the Medeas, because we ain't there yet. Like we not there.
Right.
Don't be giving me them Astro. What's that catalog that come? Astro? What's that word? Astro? That used to with the black lady with the church suit. You know what I'm talking about. Don't give me no church suit. I don't want no church suit. Give me a church dress. I want a church suit. Yeah.
And even when we have those things, it's really like you said, they take the sexiness out of being plus size. And if you do too much,
it's not
you just a plus size hoe.
Right. Wait. What you said, plus size hoe?
I said then when you do too much, you a plus size hoe.
Oh, it's true. Like you
should have worn that.
You see Lizzo, right? You see. And here's the thing: I love Lizzo from my heart. My daughter love her. Go see her concert. Everything. I love what she represents. And then even as whatever size she is, there's moments in time that I feel like she went far. Like even like what you like certain things, I just be like my eyes, like I don't mind. Be your bathing suit, be tasteful, be whatever. But I feel like it's your body. Do what you want to do, because at the end of the day, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me over here. But I do feel like we should be able to express ourselves and be sexy and be vamps and give all our glitter, glamour, and everything without having to feel like, oh, you too big for that.
Right.
Well, and I also see you. I don't know if you guys see that stigma. They say just because they're making it in your size,
you don't have to wear it.
That's another thing. But pick stuff that works for you. Like it's everything ain't for me. Like but learn your strengths and your weaknesses and play up your strengths. Because we all got them. You know what I'm saying? And accentuate the good and know that you got. So you can. Do like I always say, like you can either lose control like Missy or take control like Janet. It's one or the other.
That's true. Now, Charlotte, James Rodman, he's our gentleman in the chat room tonight. He has an interesting question. He says, "Is race a reason plus size women are discriminated? Meaning white males dominate entertainment and they like thinner women."
White men like plus size women.
I mean.
They like plus size black women too.
I think race plays a factor. Because I think first you got to think about it like this. First is to say plus size, that already narrows it down. That already takes it out, no matter what race you are. Then to put black in front of it, that just kind of like really just wipes it out. So race does play a part, but I don't think it's the entire reason why. I just think that we are trained to say that thin is in. That's it. The thinner you are, the better you are, or whatever's going on. Or, the more sexualized you are with the little waist and taking out your ribs and Dr. Miami and fix the flat hair and put a titty in over there. And, we are visual and we are driven by popular culture. And that's whatever they say is what's supposed to be it. That is where the masses go, because the masses are asses when you take the M away.
That's true.
They are asses, and that's where they go. They are driven by popular culture. And I feel like you just own your space you're in. Demand wherever you are, whether you're tough, whether you're thin, whether you're round, tall, you got one arm, you go in there and wave with the other one. Shit.
Right.
You own your space where you are. And people will come up and get it.
But this is the thing. You got people that want to have big butts. They want to have big breasts.
I'm sorry. Wait a second.
And they want to have big butts. They want to have big breasts. And then big wasn't in until the Kardashians started getting big breasts, get big butt, having hips. Now all of a sudden having hips and all of those things is trendy. That's what we want to see. But then they got the itty bitty waist, and it's like, listen.
But Lish, that's true. But it's like when the black woman had it naturally, it was a problem. It was a problem, So when a non-black woman has the same assets, it's all of a sudden becomes popular.
That's right.
It's that the natural woman still with those same assets is still kind of pushed to the side.
That's right. And that creates that society stigmatism, but then that also contributes to having low self-esteem when you're of a certain age. And no matter what color you are, if you're past a certain age, that all of that
ages everything.
Yeah, it impacts. And we would be able to dress better if the clothes were created better. But the problem is the vision for a plus size woman is not necessarily, like Charlie said, it's not sexy and it's not better. It's just, let's just put some moo-moo on her and this big old shirt, right? And this big old shirt.
Give her these clock heels, give her these wooden heels, give her these block heels. Give her these block heels and send her about her damn business.
Wait, if the shoes ain't comfortable, shoes not comfortable. You don't even have shoes that are comfortable that support your foot. You gotta, like Charlotte said, shoes are great, but they
and the zippers need to be wide for the boots. That's a whole nother thing. Like we could go on the zippers, but like you get to the calf now, you got to squeeze your calf muscle in. Like things need to really, things definitely need to and it's a shame. Like we I feel like we have to wait, I guess, till we get to this point to be like, where's our stuff? Like what's going on? Like so that is definitely something like I'm always going to be like a fierce advocate for, like just more inclusion, more representation, and
Mhm.
just more realness. Like everybody is not 20 something, everybody is not
Right.
a size 2, everybody is not a 36 breast or whatever waist it is. We're all different shapes and sizes, and we
That's
should
true.
be admired and respected for such. I think
In the space
Absolutely.
that we are.
yeah.
Absolutely. Now
Mhm.
you're able to do a lot of writing now. And a
Mhm.
black woman that can write is a powerful woman. And a black woman that knows fashion is powerful. What does that power mean to you?
Um, whew. I think the first part of the power, it means being able to reach people like me that probably would not even think about like, hey, I am sexy. I am the power that words have to reach people is a different thing. And it's also a power of just living beyond yourself. Like those things, once it's out, it's beyond. That's it. It's gonna be
Mhm.
there forever, and it's
Mhm.
gonna go. And it does have the power to change people's mind and feelings also. And then it makes you feel like, you know what, I can do this. Like all of the little backward compass, or my gift is being realized because it's a gift, you know, and it takes me sometimes a minute because like sometimes compliments and things throw me for, but it is a gift to be able to put things together that is just like spot on. Like not when the guys look, you know how you know you spot on when the women are like,
Hmm.
girl, that's how you know, because you know we don't really be we dress for them, but you know we really be dressing like, look, sister, look at me too, like you know. So that is just in itself, it's like a confidence booster, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it's a
Mhm.
challenge because I want to be able to bring it every time. Like I know, like you know, we can go anywhere, stuff like that. But when I like to go places, I like to bring it, and that's the same thing I'm gonna bring to this project that I'm doing now. And I have like other projects and things working, but that is what I want to be able to bring it every time. Like boom,
Mhm.
like I'm in the room, and
Right.
I'm not really gonna leave the room, and that's it. Like I want to be able to create a safe space, like for me
Hmm.
and everyone,
That's
and that's really what the power feels like, almost like freedom, but not quite, because it's
That's
right there.
right.
Because I'm still, you know,
Restricted.
yeah,
Mhm.
but I'm still, you know, doing my thing. But it feels like freedom, and it feels like reaching different people. Like this whole social media thing. Like I'm like a fake recluse. Like I really be out there, but I don't be out there. Like it's a whole like different animal. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And also, with that being said, Charlotte, with this being a relatively new journey, and
Mhm.
support is everything, but who has been your biggest support, your biggest cheerleader? And is it coming from those that you thought it would come from?
Um. Yes and no. I think my biggest support system is my family, like my Kawan, like my daughter, and my mom, because my mom is like my style maven. Like like if people say, "Oh,
Hmm.
And
Because because sometimes that support can be like we talked about earlier, Leash, that
that's
back.
right," it doesn't fit right. It's not really there. Um,
hmm.
people that you get the support from the people that you least expected. Like I have like I think I'm like 10 years on the social media. I have people that I've never met like a day in my life that are very always there for me, like night, whatever, and they're sharing and they're supporting. They're like, look, girl, I bought the stuff. I like it, whatever. And then I have people that I've known my entire life and share bloodline with that has not spent $3.99 to get the magazine and say,
Mhm.
yeah, and not even the $3.99 part, but also the free part. They're just like free links. Like the magazine is $3.99 quarterly, but monthly it's free. And have not did anything. And you know what? You have to understand, like people are gonna be people. And so if it's just one person that's like, hey girl, we plus highs this together, or where should I gotta go somewhere. What you think I should wear, or whatever. If it's
Mhm.
one person, then that is important. But as far as support, I'm here and support me, and I support everyone. And I'm like a support. Like I don't want no discount. I don't want I want your price stated. That's it. Let's do it. Like that's just how I am. But support is in different ways. So yes, it is definitely
Mhm.
people that I would have thought would be like, come on, girl, I got you. Share. That would see like, hey, it's $3.99. And then there's other people that I'm like, even with you guys, for instance, you know what I'm saying? Like, our relationship is different than some of the people, like I said, I know my whole life. And it was very awesome for you guys to be like, hey, let's chat. And I'm like, yeah, girl, let's chat. That's
that's how we support.
I appreciate that. No, I appreciate that so much. Like, you guys don't even understand. Like, I feel like I'm like cloudy a little with a chance to show. I was like, look at them supporting. And again, people I've known my entire life that are blood related to me, that we done been through some mess that probably can't even be mentioned. Thank God there was no social media back then. Have not had so much as said, like this. I like it. So
yeah.
We call that backhanded support. And when we mean by backhanded support is, and it's funny because I was having a talk with a friend the other day. People don't see your vision. This is the thing about support. Whether I see your vision or not, I'm going to support you. I'm rolling with you. You going to the left? Where we going? I'm going with you too. I don't know where you're going. I don't understand why you want to go to the left, but I'm going to roll with you because if God is birthing this through you, I'm here for whatever God is doing in your life. Right. And I'm rolling with you. Now, backhanded support is I'm rolling with you, but when they talking to other people, it's like, this is not going to last very long. She ain't going to
right. They not really where it go. That's the other thing. They don't want to see where it go. Because they don't want you to catch flame. And you catch flame, now they want to be around to get warm. That's right. And they right there. They right there watching it. Like, I'm gonna watch it from over here.
And that can even come from family. Your family can give you that straight backhanded support real quick. Where
they have a whole
really support you. That's right. They don't really support you. You're not sharing. Now, you don't have to spend that $3.99. There are other ways you can support me, but you don't even do that. You don't even do the free stuff.
It's free. Like, certain things are free, but I think I'm a firm believer in what's for you is for you. Whether everybody, whether they catch on now or they catch on later, it ain't your job to put them on. If you don't know, if you don't see this takeoff that's about to happen,
it's not my job to convince you.
You'll be right there, and I see you. And humility is also, I think, key. I don't like people when they get all this big head and all of that, because then same people you see on the way up, you see them on the way down.
That's true.
And be true to yourself and be kind. Kind is free. That's what I don't think people understand. And I don't think, like, people don't really know me. Like, they see me or whatever. But I really am like a firm believer. Like, kind is free. Like, be kind to people. Hello. You look nice. And sometimes, and we as women, we could be a hot mess ourselves, because you could just want to say, hey, you look nice. And before, face screw. Oh man, and it's like, girl, I did not do it. I don't know what happened with you and these kids or whatever's going on, but I was just trying to pass on a little cheer. So my hope is for us to be, a little more kind to each other and just, supportive of one another.
Right. And speaking of support, Charlotte, James, he wants to know, how can we men be more supportive? That's a good question.
Of this or women or you guys, like, first he's starting good right now, but just
of a woman's vision, I'm assuming, James, how can like your passion, how can men be supportive of the women that have their own passions outside of men, I'm assuming?
Right. Well, I'm thinking roll with it and be glad, because if she has the past, you don't really want a woman that's all concentrated all on you. Like, that's too much. The identity should always be separate, and you would want that same support. I think in the role of support, reciprocity is key. Whatever you would want her to do for you, if you was having this dream and you was trying to go and be all you can be, that same support you have, whether it's just a smile or cooking dinner or some quiet time, if you got the kids and she needed time to get her to herself or reset or whatever, then that is a form of support. You can always be there and just listen. Well, I think people sometimes they don't listen to hear. They hear you talking, but they don't really listen. And that's just the key right there, listening and picking up on the things that they don't say. She tired. Please don't. The house don't have to be a mess. Give her some space to be apart, because when you get that rejuvenation, when you come back together, it makes for just a more harmonious relationship. You want somebody to support you, support them. If the role reverse, put yourself in their shoes, and whatever you want them to do for you, that's what you should be doing for someone.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So what's next? I know you have a lot of projects. You got a lot of things going on. What's next for Charlotte, for your vision for yourself and your brand?
I have some clothing, some hoodies coming out, some crafts out called Charlotte's Closet. I have that coming out. That'll be out soon. The new article, the monthly column, it drops on the 1st. The link is up on Amazon for pre-order. And I have a series coming out. I'm going to be a little more visual and going forward, because I think I be hiding a little bit behind the cameras, like I post my stills, but I don't really convert, and I want to be more hands-on, like just talking to people and just giving visuals, and just giving my brand on how I see things. So I got some visuals in the works, and things, more interviews, styling,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also going to be opening up a little boutique also, with just like some
Okay.
Nice.
that you got just online, girl. We can't go nowhere. You know, we can't go nowhere. So just because what I'm going to do is some of the looks that I have, because I have a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna lie, like I like clothes a lot, or whatever. But you know, depending on how I feel, maybe I can, put somebody in the right direction, or maybe some of the pieces that I know I'm really not gonna wear, that I would just let them go to a new home and make someone else feel as how I felt when I bought it. So that's another thing that I have going. And really, then you can catch me on my Instagram. It's Charlotte's_closet. I'm in the clubhouse, but I don't really be in the clubhouse, because I just like, I'm there, but I'm not there. I'm watching. I'm on Facebook, my Facebook group,
You
Intellectual.
got the TikTok?
Huh? I have not. I have one TikTok, and I feel like I need to be more on the TikTok. I do.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Miss Charlotte, it's a lady on TikTok. She can tell she's a stylist, but she like shows people how to color code certain
Oh,
outfits, certain
Yeah.
styles. You can do that for plus size on your TikTok. That draws people into your
Yeah.
magazine and your brand, because you showing people, listen, you big, but honey, you can take this color, you can cross it with this color, and boom, there you go.
Good
These
idea.
pants here, these pants will slim you out in the stomach area.
yeah. Because that is, but I never, again, like I said, I be behind the scenes, like I'm around, but I'm not around. So I need
Not no more, girl. Hello.
somebody say, come on out, come on out, come
Right,
on out.
right, right.
Come on out, come
Miss
on
Charlotte,
out.
I have a question. With fashion, it's like, how challenging is it for you to pick the type of material, and the just to make it for the bigger woman? Because every material is not to be worn by everybody.
And this is true. This is true.
How
Certain
challenging
things,
is that?
it is a challenge, but I think over the years you kind of know your core style or what you like. Like I know that I love me some elastic. I love a jumpsuit, and I love a stretch. And I know, and silks are cool. Certain things like them two sisters, and it is not really for us, Polly and Esther. They not really. You know that. That's got a little baby fire. You walking, it's like, shoo. You don't really want that. That's
Holly and Esther.
Absolutely.
but you always want to. And I think another little tip that I just want to give is that when you find something that you like and you feel, take note of it, like from a certain brand or whatever, so like this is the size I wear from this brand, my favorite brand. So then, and like we have this pandemic, you don't have to be worried about going into the store to get the stuff, because you bought these pants from this store. This is your size, so if you buy something else from there. So wait, I'm sorry, I'm distracted with the TikTok. I'm like, oh, TikTok is Stacey. I see you up there. You the TikTok queen, Stacey. We're gonna have to talk, because I don't see you up there with them 2 ass baby. I seen you making it last forever and was grooving and stuff. Stacey up here. I don't even have a TikTok, but I see it on her IG, and I'm like, oh, hey, it's some music.
Who this man,
Right, R&B night over there. I see them. I was jamming like, all right, y'all. It's a concert. So, Stacey, you have to give me a TikTok tutorial as we go forward. But know your style and know what's good for you. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing, like knowing your shape. You are oval, you box, your both, and undergarments. Oh, we could go forever.
Can you do a whole segment on bras? And whoever designing these bras, we need you to put them on class.
Even I feel like I don't care where I get the bra from. I gotta take it and pull that shit all the way up to my neck so that I can have my life together. Like they do need to do something. You gotta have has to be up straight. I agree. See, these are the things we gotta write them down because we're gonna have to talk to the manufacturers. See, we gotta make some demands. We the plus people want to know why these bras hang so low no matter what. What's up? What happened? You could do it for everything else. Give us some more up here. Pull it up. Get it together. I agree. Undergarments is important. Undergarments is so important. And the wrong way to mess you up, no matter what.
Girdles too. Listen, everybody like a good girdle, but every girdle is not just because it snatch you. It don't. It don't.
I remember.
It's your air.
The body magic. Yeah, I almost lost my whole oxygen with that body magic. Girl, I almost everything. Like, it was a mess. I couldn't even breathe. That body magic took you out. But it's good. It was like, wow, wow. But baby, it is not worth it. Cost and worth, two different things. Because if you're gonna pass out, then you might as well stay your ass home. If you got to be outside 1 minute from passing out, you need to
absolutely
go ahead and stay home. Because
that's too funny.
When I had to go into the bathroom, I think I was
just take it off and put it in first.
And took the whole shit off. Like, you know what? Stay home then.
That's a good question Anita has. She says, are the undergarments manufactured by dominated by men? Sometimes
stay home if you get this.
Too true.
How they did.
Absolutely. I know that's right. Listen, stay home.
With the
Too much.
With the bonding. I definitely think that Miss Onita. Yes, I think it is dominated.
You can kind of tell who dominates what.
Yes. And overseas, plus size is different everywhere. So when you make a garment and you making it for different people, I'm gonna need y'all to do some more surveying and investigating as well. Listen, we gonna put Charlotte on it. She gonna be telling on y'all because we're gonna be like, listen, this is the name of the company. They not right, Miss Charlotte. They not right.
We need someone that knows what they're doing in that category.
Absolutely.
Too funny. Well, that was a great conversation. I hope we got to have her back in. Research and development. You're absolutely right, Anita.
Absolutely. It's a hot mess. And I don't want to say undergarments just for plus size people. I'm going to say undergarments in general because I think people are making things for women. It's just cheaply made. It's just cheaply made. We don't have time for that. We got too much to pull up, pull back, hold together, pull to the side. And then when you go wash it, then that's it. A bra is like $50. Ain't nobody got time for a $50 bra that you can only wear once. Listen, we don't have time for it.
And then you'd be like pulling it and carrying on and the most uncomfortable thing. So
like Charlotte said, it still ain't doing this job.
Great points tonight.
Oh my goodness, y'all. We're gonna take a brief break. We enjoyed having Miss Charlotte. She froze for a minute, so hopefully she'll be back in. We're gonna take a brief break and then we will be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere.
Okay.
We coming back with the fabulous Jilly Jill.
$10-17 mark, tag 'em. Mud money, ma. Start tagging these nigga, man. Whole lot of ma shit. Motherfucking president, nigga. Y'all better listen to me. Let's get it.
Green man, 30 on me, big bag, dirty on me. Yo ho, working on me. My niggas murking, homie. Hit his ass, laser tag, 50 round drum, 100 round drum. Mop him up when the time comes. Mask on, mask off. Big dog, big boss. You broke your loss. Like a tiger nigga, yeah ho. Green man doing numbers. I got hitters, I got runners. We gon' tag them by them commas. Yeah.
30 days straight, I've been trapping. Look what happened. Bitch, I'm acting. I know about your baby mama, she get nasty. Gotta tell them to chill. Younger with me, by that action. I be in the dungeon with dragons, hot boy shit, demons and ashes, lady baby shit, dope boy magic. You smell the gas through the plastic, smoking on runs. I'm trying to stuff every gram in the blunt. Asking, this ain't what you want. That laser gon' make a bitch nigga freeze. He hit my line on a Wednesday, saying to play up for Thursday. He called me back on a Friday, asking why I didn't serve him. Boy, that little money ain't worth it. Me and you was the fee and the purpose. The president, meaning I'm the plug. You lucky to see me in person, bitch. Hey, I done put the campaign on furlough. You know they be working shit. Ain't come for no problem, but shut up your partner. My youngin' be murking shit. Yeah, I taught him how to go get a bag, flip the shit and make it flip again. Talking about she can do better than me. I tell that bitch, handle your business then. I'm a business and a businessman. I'm the reason why you say your baby daddy got a brand new dental plan. All the knocked out the middleman. Mud money, what I represent. Cause we got it out the mud, nigga. 10, 17 mile with us. Face shaking, I don't fuck with you. 30 days I was quarantined in the trap setting up plays, nigga. Glizzy louder than some barber clippers. I ain't come to shoot the fade with you. Fujiana got smoke, I'ma make a call, send a couple grave diggers. He got WAP on the line telling me to chill, but they shouldn't have played with us. On God. 30 days straight, I've been trapping. Look what happened. Bitch, I'm at it. I know about your baby mama, she get nasty. Gotta tell them to chill. The younger with me, by that action. I be in the dungeon with dragons, hot boy shit, demons and ashes, lady baby shit, dope boy magic. You smell the gas through the plastic, smoking on runs. I'm trying to stuff every gram in the blood. Asking, this ain't what you want. That laser gon' make a bitch nigga freeze.
I grew up thuggin', muggin' on the block, pussy with them same nigga. Wreck round women every day, he got a big pistol, wig splitter. Pussy nigga on the net said he a real killer. Nigga, bitch. Seen his ass in person, nigga did the real thriller. Pussy nigga. I been round everywhere by myself, serving with a Drake. 10, 17, ice on me, try to take it, shoot you in the face. Yeah, get him gone, bags in, bags out, chop. Julia hit my phone, say he got a country boy, I need to come tag. Yeah, I hit the road, AMG, S550, hit the gas. Pull up so that nigga grab, yeah, hit the gas, he was mad. But I don't really give a fuck, I'm with the mob and pussy nigga on the boss. Ho, one call, I call Cream, he gon' come through and knock a nigga off. Jill told me don't do it, but I gotta get to a nigga raw. Ho, all the mud moving slow, yeah, real slow, nigga like a slow bitch. Pussy nigga try to diss me, can't diss me, boy, it's soft. Wap said don't play with nobody, fool, you better kill them all. Ho,
30 days straight, I've been trapping. Look what happened. Bitch, I'm at it. I know about your baby mama, she get nasty. Gotta tell them to chill. The younger with me, by that action. I be in the dungeon with dragons, hot boy shit, demons and ashes, lady baby shit, dope boy magic. You smell the gas through the plastic, smoking on runs. I'm trying to stuff every gram in the blood. Asking, this ain't what you want. That laser gon' make a bitch nigga freeze. Tag it.
I gotta fix that one. Hey y'all, hey, we are back. Welcome to Let's Chat. You know, I'm Miss Lissha, and I got my right hand, and most of the time she my left, the fabulous Miss Toni. We was talking that talk today about motivation, honey. We had the fabulous Charlotte Closet, Miss Charlotte Foye up in here talking that talk. Y'all listen. Plus girls, we got an advocate. She gonna talk about them. So if y'all wear a bra, it ain't right. Write down the name of the company and inbox Miss Charlotte. Y'all got a pair of pants. Y'all bought a pair of jeans and it wasn't right in the waist. Write down who the company was. Send it on to Miss Charlotte so we can put them on blast so they can get it together.
Absolutely.
We have our next fabulous guest.
I see LaJill
in the building. Hey,
like Arsenio used to do. Woo, 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 woo. Chili from L Cool Chili.
Jill. Y'all listen. I love Jill.
Me
And
too.
y'all, when I say she's dope in real life, she don't talk about a lot of skills and a lot of things that she can do. She does not. But let me tell you about this girl and her pen. Child. I don't know if you've read a LaJill Hunt book. She got this one book. I had to inbox her because I was like, where you find her at? Listen, Jill, we want you to tell everybody a little bit about your literary journey and your work.
Okay. My name is LaJill Hunt, and I have been writing since about 2003. My first novel was Drama Queen. That was my first full-fledged novel. But actually, the first thing that was ever released that I wrote was I co-wrote a story with Carl Weber in A Dollar and a Dream. Somebody pointed that out a couple of months ago, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, so Drama Queen, No More Drama, Shoulda, Woulda, Coulda, Old Habits Die Hard, Say It Ain't So, Another Sad Love Song. I mean, those are the ones that kind of set it off for me. And currently I co-write the Family Business series, the book series with Carl Weber, and I write on the television show. I was a script coordinator on a movie that came out last March called Influence with Anthony Hamilton and Deborah Cox. That was
that.
Yes.
Yes, because I was trying to see the part too, and they never did it.
Yeah. It was, I
Jill?
I was going to be no, but okay. I got to remember, okay, yeah. Yes. And then, I don't know, gosh, it's so much crazy stuff going on. I have a loyalty series. I didn't even know it's called the loyalty series. It's Midlife Crisis, The Imitation of Wife, and and then I have a book called Private Property, and I guess Private Property 1.5 because it's not the sequel, but it's related. Comes out next month. They just got me all. I don't even know what I'm doing these days. I really don't. I don't even know.
Absolutely. A lot of times we talk about your goal moment here on Let's Chat. And a lot of times we're very mindful about how we speak to other people, how we pour into other people. But when it comes to ourselves, we do deal in lack. And we're really lukewarm. And we convince ourselves why we can't do something right now. We don't have time. We got this, we got that. What was your goal moment like when you decided to pick up your pen to write your first book? And then I want you to fast forward your goal moment into film.
Goal moment to write my first book. I was working in the call center for the telephone company, and I was going back and forth with a customer, and didn't know my supervisor was listening at the time. And she came over and she was like, mute your phone. In the office. And so I actually had a horrible weekend. Somebody had stole my purse. It was just, I had a horrible weekend, and I had come to work on Monday, and I was working collections for the phone company. So these people are pissed because they didn't pay their bill and they didn't have their phone for the whole weekend. This was back in the day when people had home phones. They don't have these now. But so it was just a horrible, horrible moment for me. And my supervisor pulled me in her office, and she starts digging in her drawer, and I was just like, Lord, what are you about to do? And she hands me a legal pad and a pen, and I looked at her and I was like, I'm not finna write no letter of resignation because then I won't get no unemployment. And she was like, fool, don't nobody want you to write no letter of resignation. What am I supposed to do? She was like, you got to figure out something to do with that negative energy. You got to flip it around and do something positive with it. And so I was like, okay. And she was like, you always around here reading a book. Why don't you just go write one?
Oh,
when I tell you, I was so confused. First of all, because she didn't fire me, and I knew I should. She literally sent me out of her office with this legal pad and pen, and I went back to my desk, and I had hooked my friend George. Well, I had hooked a friend of mine up on a blind date, and she went to tell me like this amazing date, and I was just like, did she go out with the dude I set her up with? And she tells me about this amazing date. And so afterwards, like everybody on my row was like, ooh, ah. And so then I was like, what if you would have got pregnant? And she was like, first of all, and I was like, girl, but this will make a hell of a book. And I literally turned around and started like one of the main drama queen is about a girl who, in an effort to get over her ex-fiance, has a one-night stand with a guy and ends up pregnant. Oh. And so I literally wrote drama queen. Like I started like that day.
Wow.
That was like my goal moment. And I wrote it to entertain my coworkers. Like, cause I would write a chapter and be like, okay, y'all, listen to this. And I would like email it to everybody on my row. I had no clue I was writing a book. I was just trying to do something positive with that negative energy.
That energy.
And it turned into a literary career. Like I didn't even know I was a writer. I was just somebody that was making everybody laugh on the floor. Like that's it.
Wow.
Absolutely.
What did the supervisor feel once you became an author? How did she?
So proud of me. Like I told the story the other day on my Facebook page a couple of weeks ago, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, I remember that," and I was like, "I know, but it is." Like, yeah.
Yes. Now we want you to fast forward to when you picked up your pen to write movies, because you do more than just write for family business. So you have taken your pen in another level. What was the goal moment on that? First of all, how did Carl get you into doing that? Because I know you would have been like, I'm not doing that.
No, it's so crazy because Carl and I stopped speaking for a long. I put my pen down permanently.
Wow.
Like, and Charlotte's husband would call me like every other week. I put my pen down literally for 5 years. Every other week, Quan called me and said, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you can't do this." And I was like, "I don't want to do it anymore. Like, it's not what I thought it was," and blah, 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 blah. And his last words off every single conversation would be, "Once you realize who LaJill Hunt is, then you'll be ready to pick your pen up again." He said, because until you realize who you are, you'll never be ready for this game, LaJill.
Wow. That's awesome.
And so literally for 5 years, I stopped writing. And for 5 years, Quan called me. And one night, like out of the blue, I promise y'all, Carl called me and I instantly recognized his phone number. And I was like, is he calling me? And he called me and I was just like, hello? And he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, he called me like we hadn't like had this huge falling out, and like he just talked to me the day before. And I was just like watching TV, and he was like, oh, okay. He was like, well, let's chat. And he was like, so pretty much I need you. He was like, and I only thing I can say is, LaJill, only you can do what you do. And I can't do this without you. He said, I need someone to pick up the baton and co-write the family business book series with me.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I am.
You say what now?
Right. Once I realized I am. So, and I think it was just a whole culminating moment. Like, I finally realized, like, oh, I'm LaJill Hunt. Like,
I'm that chick. That's right.
Exactly.
I'm that chick.
And the funny thing is, even though I hadn't spoken to Carl like in all those years, I still read the stupid book series. Like, so it was like, when he said it, I was just like, wait a minute, the book, like, but I couldn't let him know that I was like a fan of the book series. So I was like, okay, interesting, whatever. And so then the next thing you know, he was like, okay, so we got to get a script ready. And I was just like, a script for what? Now, in the meantime, I had started writing a fiction podcast called Soulless.
Child.
So I had ventured out into kind of like writing scripts. I had no idea all of this was gonna like come
Fall
together.
into place. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And so when Carl said, do you know anything about writing a script? I was like, yes, because I write a fiction podcast, Negro. Yes. So I mean, so it all kind of like came like it was like a perfect storm that resulted in, but I tell anybody like Quan, he would call like, and it'll be so, and I would answer my phone like this: What are you doing? Nothing, and that's the problem. You're doing nothing, and he would like literally lecture me, and it wouldn't be a long lecture. It would just be like a lecture, and then he'd be like, "All right, I'll talk to you later." And then
thank you, Quan. Thank you, Quan. Thank you, Quan. We have to.
I remember those days. I remember those phone calls. And Jill, no, I remember all those times because Jill is probably one of my top. Like I have my top 5, and I have my 4, and my 5. It evolves all the time. And LaJill knows she's always up in there, lioness #1. Because I don't think people understand like the level of talent like she really has. Like, in the relativity.
But we see it. We see her talent. But like Quan said, we needed Jill to see.
I know.
The level of talent. Because we saw it.
And then go back in my little cocoon. Like, Lissha, how I was like, wait a minute, you want me to do what?
Wait, y'all. Let me tell you what this one is. We in the clubhouse, right? And she like, that's why I just love coming on Let's Chat. I'm like, well, when I want you to come on Let's Chat live. But then she said, but then I got to do my hair. I was like, oh, that's why? I said, I'm about to give you a date farther out. I gave her this date like a couple weeks ago. I was like, put your hair in a ponytail, put on some lipstick. You be okay. So today she was like, is this live or is this just radio? I was like, it's live. It's on Periscope. It's on Facebook and it's on YouTube. And she was like, oh, Lord.
Yes, y'all know I
like get it together. Let me slow back. It's cute. I see you. It's cute.
Y'all know I like to just write my books and then go in my little cocoon and like.
You cannot go in your cocoon. We're gonna be knocking on the door.
No, I'm like
everybody gonna be knocking on that door. But see, it took others to see the greatness in you, LaJill. I mean, others see it, and like Quan said, it's not until you see it
that's right
that you realize that that's a missing pin that was missing for 5 years. But in all honesty, that 5 years brought you to where you are even now, so you had to take that, but you still had to have them in your corner pushing you, Quan and David and whoever else was in your push corner. So it all comes together and it all happens for a reason. And that's why you're sitting here with your ponytail and your
lipstick. And your red lipstick and you like, I'm ready. But your support system, we were talking about that with Miss Charlotte. Your support system is, they don't have to understand your vision, but they see you. They don't know what direction you don't want to go into. They don't know why you turning to the left. They just see you. And that means that they have to stand up even against you when you don't see yourself. That's why he made that phone call. Like, listen, I don't know what your problem is, but I need you to get it together.
Yes. And Sean will be like, where my girls at? Where's the girls? Like, I was like, oh my God, okay. And then I appreciate the fact
what you need to stop.
Yeah, like I appreciate like my readers and my support system like Charlotte includes Char, because when I did come back, I when Drama Queen came out, we were a little younger and we was going to the club and wearing the heels and but when I came back, I was like, yeah, I need to write about some real grown women ass stuff, and some real relationship like stuff, and like, and I would tell people like, I mean, I get it, but I gotta write grown folks drama now. So I started out as a drama queen, but LaJill Hunter's writing the grown folks drama now. When you find out your husband of 20 years got a 16-year-old daughter that you didn't know he had, like,
listen,
that's grown stuff.
That's grown. Because not only do you got gotta experience it. You gotta handle it in a certain manner.
Yes,
you can do it a certain way, but you gotta handle it because now you're grown. So it's like I can't do like I used to do.
You've been married for 18 years because your girlfriend got pregnant and you married her and you've been a great provider and y'all have the house and the car and the amazing son. And then your wife finds out you were never in love with her.
Ooh. Now you tell our listening audience what book that is.
That's Imitation of Wife. So, the first one is Midlife Crisis.
Oh, I was about to say, okay, because I know the book. I know the man. I know all about it. I know about it. I ain't even going to give up the book. I know about Mr. T.
You see how everybody hates, like,
I know all about Mr.
they was dogging him out in the first book, but then they found out what the real deal was in the second. So, yeah.
Absolutely. So what is your writing process like, Jill?
My writing process.
Like what type of things do you need to have around you? What type of vibe you gotta have around you? She said, I just get out my
That's your concept, right, LaJill?
Yeah. Look, that's one. Look, that's my little spiral notebook. And then this is my latest one. Like, this is called a rocket book right here. This right here. And this rocket book is a reusable notebook that you can write your stuff in. And then you take a picture with the phone and then it types it for you. So I have
what book is that?
Let's call it a rocket book.
I'm going on Amazon right now. Is that where you get it from?
Yes.
And it's called Rocket Book?
A rocket book.
Wow.
I like that.
I like it.
Yeah, let me tell y'all.
You can use that
Come on with a rocket book.
You can use that too for your fashion.
I have my little iPad with my little Apple Pencil.
Oh, y'all can't see because my screen and the blue screen. I'm on there. I'm $24.98. All right.
Yeah, so I like my hand. Like,
come on with a rocket book.
Yeah, I
write my hand. You can incorporate that in with your business.
Yup. So I write by hand.
I don't even know. And that because I don't really like typing either. I ain't no typer. I be mad.
I get you a rocket book because I have like a million notebooks, and I was like, oh my god! And they're like, I have a stack of notebooks, and I was just like, I can't. But as you can see, like I still buy notebooks. But with the rocket book, like you write it in there, and then it comes with like, come with this little towel thing. You write it, you snap a picture of it, it uploads it, it'll take it to Evernote, it'll take you to your iCloud, and then you take your little.
Let me see about this rocket book.
Ordering it.
Listen, my son, when he started college, he asked me about this pen, and it's some sort of pen. It's like $70 or $90 on Amazon, and you write it, and the pen will do the same thing the rocket book do, but it's a pen. I'm like, but I like rocket book.
Yes, because see, once you finish and you take the picture,
you just wipe it clean.
Yup, wipe it off.
Wow. And that saves you money. That saves you time. Y'all listen, we love to always have good resources. We love people to give those little jewels. LaJill Hunt just dropped the jewel. So all you authors down here, yes, authors, listen. Y'all got your paper and pencil ready. She just dropped that jewel. Go on Amazon, get y'all a rocket book.
Get a rocket book. And that's what I use. Like I use because again, I started writing because Bonita gave me a legal pad and a pen. It was like, go write a book. And so now when I literally write a book, I start out on paper and now I start out on my rocket book or either I write on my iPad, like, and then.
Those are jewels.
That's a jewel. That's a jewel right there. Yeah. That's a jewel right there. So what's next for LaJill Hunt?
What's next for LaJill Hunt? Okay. So we are, it's so crazy because child, it's so much. We are in the middle of filming season 3 of The Family Business. Mm-hmm. So that has taken that is taking up the most of my time. I also have a book that comes out in February that is called Large and in Charge. That, quite interesting. Because I think my boss, he got a lot on his plate. He be forgetting to tell me stuff. Like, he really do be forgetting stuff. So, okay, let's talk about Large and in Charge. Okay, Large and in Charge was a book that I was supposed to co-write with someone. And then they were like, okay, we're going to co-write this book. So in August, they were like, we need you to co-write this book, Large and in Charge. And I was like, okay. So, all right. In the meantime, I was working on the second part of Private Property too, and I'm just chugging along. And so my editor is like, yeah, so we need your synopsis. And I was like, okay. And I sent her the synopsis, and she's like, this isn't the book you're supposed to turn in. And so I was like,
wait a minute.
All right. What did Scooby-Doo? All right. What? And so she was like, no, it's supposed to be Large and in Charge. And I was like, like, no. And she was like, yeah, like Kensington already has it. Like, and I was like, I don't have that book. Like, and so I called my boss, and he's like, oh man,
I forgot to tell you.
Yeah. And I was like, so what am I supposed to do? And he's like, I don't know, like, you gotta write it. And I was like, am I gonna get an extension? He was like, no, you still gotta turn it in. Was it? So I was like, what? I just like, and it was stressful, and honestly, I didn't want to write it because my heart wasn't in the, I don't know, I was just like, So I started writing it, and I sent it to my beta reader and Santara Casamajor, who is like one of the best content editors in the world. And I sent it to the two of them, and they were like, And Gerald was like, I mean, I like it, but I mean, I don't like, you haven't given me a reason to like her. Like, I don't like, and I was just like, what do you mean you don't like her? Like, what? And so he was like, I don't know. Like, you said, like, I don't know. I don't like her. And I was just like, how can you say that when? And I started explaining this, and he said, you do realize ain't none of that in the book. You ain't none of that. You ain't saying none of that. And so it kind of motivated me because I was like, okay, let me do this. So I started with the prologue because here's one of my biggest issues as an author and having great friends. A friend of mine went through something like that was just, So I really wanted to use it as a prologue for my book, but I knew it was a little too fresh. I was like, ooh, like, so I decided like I could not use her situation, but boy, one day when I do, honey, I'm just sitting here now with it playing in my head, like, whoo, Lord.
Okay, you can't let us in on what that little fresh means, like, you know, like.
Listen,
put it this way. I got a call one night, and she was like, we got to take a trip.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, where are we going? We got a wedding to go to.
Oh.
And the dude that she had been dating for the last 2 years was getting married.
Ooh. So you have to wear your gym shoes on the trip.
In 3 days.
Ooh.
And she found out via Facebook.
Ooh.
Honey.
Wow. That's a book.
Ooh. Now you know why I wanted to use it.
So, Jill, are you that friend that I mind my business, but if you say, come on, take a ride, do I need my gym shoes or do I need my flats?
Child, I'm going to be like, hold on, let me get my Rocket book. Where we going? Where's the Rocket book? Because we need to know what up. You know, my friends that like, I'm still like that ride or die friend. I'm still that one that, you know, that you can call, you can talk to me about anything. But they have come to realize that
you're gonna tell it.
Not necessarily tell it. They know, like, they'll start with this. Okay, promise me this ain't going. No, like, I don't want to see this. No, I just like, and so I'd be like, oh God, okay, well, all right, okay. So, but there are times, so I have friends that be like, shit, get your notebook because you ain't ready for this. Like, those are the conversations that I enjoy. Like, you ain't gonna believe this. Hold, please, let me get my notebook. Let me get my rocket book.
I love it.
And that's why a lot of people are like, they be like, oh my God, LaJill, I love your books because I felt like I know them. Like, I'll be like,
you probably do.
You do. Like, yes. So I knew that I wanted my main character. First of all, I knew she was plus size because it's large and in charge. I don't believe, even in my full figure stories, I don't write about the big girl is sad and she don't have nobody and she can't get a man and woe is me, and that's never my narrative. My big girls win, honey. So, but I like Large and in Charge is about a bikini model, a swimsuit model who would walk the runways of New York Fashion Week.
Oh.
And is in the pinnacle of her career, is engaged to a rising hip hop star. Like, they are the it couple. And they have like this fabulous, amazing, like fairy tale romance and wedding. And literally when she is escorted down the aisle by her uncle, in that split second, her life changes. Her relationship, her career, her life, like, literally falls apart.
Child.
And this is Large and in Charge?
Large and in Charge. And
that come out next
month.
February.
Next month in February.
Yes.
All right.
And it is about how she has to pivot her life and rediscover who she is, even when she is no longer the bikini swimsuit model that walked the runway of New York Fashion Week.
Listen,
now,
I want to read that.
I know, we were just talking to Charlotte on last episode about how you don't see many plus size women, even in leading characters in books. You know, like we was talking about, you know, they deserve love as well. So this is going to be quite interesting, and I look forward to getting this book.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, we're going to pull in our next fabulous guest. So I met this young lady on a fluke. I think I went to a restaurant and I was waiting on my food, and I said, okay, well, I'm gonna go walk, and I saw a bookstore. So y'all know, everybody know, I got a book habit. I'm a book junkie. So I walked into her bookstore and just talked to her. She's so fabulous. Now, Miss Tamara, right? She is the owner of Onyx Bookstore Cafe. We want you to tell everybody a little bit about your journey, and you're deciding, what was the factor in you deciding to open up a bookstore?
Okay. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Onyx Bookstore. I have wanted a bookstore for over 30 plus years. To have the bookstore, the cafe, art, and just combine and music all together. So last year, I had got at the crossroads of whether or not I was staying in corporate or if I was going to leave. I decided to leave. And at the end of 2019, I began working on my process to get my business plan and get everything going. And I found my location, which is right around the corner from where I live, which is a blessing in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and I got myself in there, and it was just like this was what I was supposed to do. And when you just feel like you don't want to leave from your business because it's just a place of peace, and you enjoy it so much, and you enjoy conversing with customers who come in, and just like Lissha said, people who love bookstores, who were just excited to see a bookstore in the community. And I didn't know that it would be received in such a way that it has. Everybody is just like really happy, and I'm really thankful because I do want the bookstore to be utilized as a community resource. So I was just listening to your guest talk about her book. And I wrote it down, Large and in Charge.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be looking for that one. Yeah. And I also allow the self-published authors to come in and do book signings. And of course, everything kind of got shut down with COVID. But I did have some artists who wanted to come in and do book signings, book readings, and stuff like that. So hopefully, as things get a little bit more under control with the virus, I can be able to get people back in to do those types of events and stuff. But yeah, that's me. And right now I'm thankful I was able to sustain through the shutdown. I closed for a month, so I opened in February. I closed in March.
Wow.
I opened back up right before the governor told us we can go back, to open in social distancing. And I'm thankful I've been able to maintain and everything. But yeah, that's my story. I mean, I'm thankful. I'm really thankful. I've got a good group of business women who help me. I'm learning as I go. And it's a group of Black women bookstore owners around the country. It's a coalition. We came together and we discuss any things that are going on, any problems we're having, or anything like that. So it's been really supportive. The community, the bookstore community, Black bookstore community, has been very supportive. So
absolutely. And when you step out and you step out on faith, that's a whole different movement, because you are really stepping into something that you really don't know.
Right.
You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's on the left. You don't know what's on the right, but you step out into it because you know that God told you it's going to be okay. Just come on, follow me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's really what each of you have done. You each have stepped out on faith of, okay, well, let me just go ahead on and I'm going to do this. Let me go ahead on and see if I'm going to do that. Now, in each of your industries, if you could change anything, what would it be? We're going to start with Miss Charlotte. If you could change anything in the fashion industry, Miss Charlotte, what would it be?
More inclusion for plus size women, more sexy clothing, and more visibility. Like, we are in the shadows, and a little more. And I would actually attach affordability to it also, because again, I'm talking regular women. I'm not talking Prada Plus where you got $3,000 and you can go buy you $1,000 dress. Like, that's not my life. I don't know who life it is on that Instagram, but I stay up in the Torrid or something. You need something to fit your budget and fit what we have going on, and just stop the desexualization. Like, let us live and thrive and flourish. That's my thoughts.
Absolutely. Jilly?
If we received equitable treatment as far as authors with when it comes to publishing and visibility in major bookstores. When it comes to our non-people of color being given marketing budgets and PR opportunities. I mean, why can't Quan and I be featured on Good Morning America or the Today Show like our other counterparts?
Right.
So if there was less systemic racism in publishing, that's a good way of, that's a very politically correct way of saying it as far as advances and the whole nine.
Absolutely. And Miss Tamara?
Yeah, piggybacking on what she just indicated about with the publishing companies and stuff like that, that's been one of the discussions that we've had in the Black Bookstore Coalition group, is having more control and being the first that the big companies, big distribution publishing companies go to, is the Black-owned bookstores for promos, you know, for book signings and stuff like that, rather than going to like Barnes and Noble and those types of stores, you know, that are already drawing in tons of people. And this is in reference to when it comes to Black writers and stuff like that. One thing I did learn is that like how those big how writers and stuff, or you get those big writers or people to your establishment to do like a book signing or something like that, because that was one of the things we always wanted to know. How do we get somebody who's, you know, well known to come to our store and do a book signing? Well, they go off the New York Times review list. We didn't know. And so somebody within the group had to walk us through the steps of how to go ahead and get signed up with New York Times to be a reviewer and stuff like that. But just us being able to have more of a say-so in when it comes to where books are going to be placed, who, you know, how we can get those people into our businesses and get our stores seen just like the big stores are being seen. So,
but I think the common one of the common things that that's in general is that visibility. You know, visibility, like with in that fashion, that plus size woman fashion, and the visibility as a Black author, and also the visibility of being a Black owned bookstore, which is very rare in all those three instances. Do you feel that there is some type of way to bring that visibility to us? You know, I mean, that support is important, but sometimes not everybody wants to support your dream. So how is it possible to bring that visibility, you know, to reach the masses? Let's start with LaJill.
Currently, let me just put my business out there. Lord have mercy. Next month, I am meeting with producers. The book that I'm submitting next month, along with the script, is a holiday book and a holiday film, and the lead is a plus size woman. One of my reasons for doing that is there are no holiday romantic films with a plus size lead. Right. And they will allow us to be the best friend, the baker, the librarian, the aunt, the grandma. But for some reason, I mean, we need love too. So that's right. My good sis, we need this. We need her to star in the film. So
this
plus
sounds
size women, because we are smart, we are beautiful, we are talented, we are creative, we are dynamic, and we are loved and we are lovable. So that's my little contribution. Because I want to have a plus size film I want to have an amazing holiday romance where the lead just happens to be a plus size Black woman.
Right. And that's much needed. And Tamara, how can we bring that visibility to Black owned bookstores, and especially that rare commodity, which is a Black woman that owns a bookstore?
That's a good question. The only thing I can think of that would have an impact is to, I think what we had started doing when we were protesting the George Floyd and everybody was supporting Black-owned businesses, really, making it a point to support our businesses and to make sure that our dollars stayed within our community and stuff like that. So, that's the only thing I think is continuing to push the narrative of supporting the Black businesses, the Black-owned businesses. One thing I can say when it came to Black-owned bookstores, across the states or the U.S., they were, really like, hey, we appreciate the business that we're getting after all of the protests and, when they killed George Floyd, but it was like a double-edged sword. We were getting business, but it was behind something of a negative content from the killing of one of us, but we want to continue to have the community come out and support and that's all. That's all I got.
No, that was awesome, and you made a good point as far as it being like that negative attention to us as a people in our business. And Charlotte, you're making such roads into the fashion with plus size women. You have the magazine, you have Charlotte's Closet. How do you feel more visibility can be applied to the plus size woman's fashion going forward?
I'm thinking, speak on it. I think like we don't really speak up for ourselves. Keep calling them out. Keep letting them know. Like we should not ask to be included. We should already be included. But speak out, call them out. Keep showing up. Keep letting them know. Like these things you're making is not for us. It's like we were talking about, like the bras and the lingerie and things like that. You have to call out these companies and support our own. Like support the ones that are there. Like support the plus size companies or the companies that cater to the plus size woman. Make sure that when you see them, you let them know. Like there's little boutiques and stuff that I shop on, like they're like Black owned or whatever. Support them, and the ones that don't support us, call them out. Like let them know. Like we don't like it. These little Lane Bryants and whatever they have going on, we don't like it. We don't like the moo-moos. We like cleavage. Like sometimes a little too much, but depending on whatever. But we want to be like, we should be able to go into the store and find whatever it is we want to find for ourselves, but having to ask for it or saying like, dang, do they make this for us? Like, no, call them out, speak on it. Stop being quiet.
Can we start using plus size models in these clothes and stop putting regular models and calling them plus size?
14 is not plus size, people. 14 is not plus size.
I had to ask Ashley Stewart, the lady Ashley Stewart. I was like, what size chest do your 12 model have? Because, like,
12.
Your shirts don't fasten. Like, no. I said, what kind of fit model are y'all using? Like,
but I think as a result of the pandemic that we're trying to get out of, and all the things that we had to do to get to this point, I think we've come to realize that our money our money matters. And if we're not seeing something that we're not satisfied with, I think this has given us the power to voice our concerns, you know, to not just be accepting of what is being offered to us, that we should be paying for something that we want, you know, that is for us. How do you ladies feel about that?
And if you don't like the choices, you change them. Right. Change them.
Exactly.
And we have like the spending power we have is just like insane. As Black people, we are the biggest consumers. We buy, we set the trends, you know, and then they pick up afterwards. You know, we do it. It could be considered like crass. Like, you know, I always like, you know, I watch these red carpets. Today I had dreads. It was like, oh, it looks homeless. But when the damn Kylie Jenner had it, oh, it's boho chic. Like, we set trends, and we have to remember that, because I think we forget when we just go out there and just say, take all my money. Here you go. Oh, you said I can't afford it. You're going to slap $1,000 in front of it. I want it now. You got red bottoms on these shoes. Oh, you told me I can't have it. Let me get them now. Let me get them. You know, and it is something that we need to realize. Like, we set the trends. We are the ones.
That's right. That's right.
That's so true.
Now, you know, here on Let's Chat, we like to do something fun with our guests. Everybody gonna get something fun. It's a fun question, but that's not my department. That's all Miss Toni. I don't know nothing about where she get the questions from. I don't know where her creativity lies. I'm gonna say, if you got some pearls on, go put them on the table now.
No, it's gonna be a simple one, ladies. I have so enjoyed this empowering conversation with all three of you ladies. You know, so we appreciate you coming to Let's Chat, and please don't let this be your last time. This is your home. You're welcome back any time to talk about anything. But we are a garden.
Thank you.
Okay, each of us are a garden, and our flower represents that garden. And I want you to share with us which flower in that garden you would be and why. You like that?
Go first with the flower challenge, because I know my flower, but I don't want to jump out because I think I know my flower. I know mine.
The flower challenge.
Go, Shar, go.
I am an African violet because they are strong, they are sturdy, they are from the motherland, and baby, when them leaves come up, it's purple, it's royal, it's regal, and it's really hard to kill an African violet. You can mess some plants up, but that African violet, that soil come from the soil from the ancestors. It holds strong in them little potted plants. Remember in school, you get the little, you take the little $2, you get the garden and stuff. They got these little tied ass daisies and these little other little things that don't last. You got that little purple African flower, and that would last at the very least to the next holiday break from that little milk carton $2 you spent at the class. I'm on African violet. That's me.
You go, girl.
She's funny.
Miss
She
Tamara.
is funny. Is it my turn?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I would say a lotus flower.
Ooh.
Yeah, because lotus flowers can grow in mud, you know, and just be beautiful. That's it. I'll be a lotus flower. I don't have all like Miss Charlotte. I'm just...
No, you know what? Here's the thing. So when you said lotus, you know, my husband wrote 2 books, Black Lotus 1 and Black Lotus 2. So when you said the lotus, I was like, damn, I could have been lotus too. Damn, but I'm a violet. So you is the lotus. You be lotus. You go ahead, bro, out the mud. You tell us about it.
Dear Quan, we need you to write a series called Violet now.
Yes.
Quan, we need you to write a new series.
It's gonna be me, not this. Y'all gonna see it like, look at Charlotte that came up, whole African, big violet. It ain't gonna be called violet. Big violet.
Crazy.
Big violet. Violet
I'm gonna be a rose because every rose has its thorn.
Ooh.
And even though, you know, it can be beautiful, but it still has the ability to be hurt. And that's me. Like, I'm still I'm beautiful, but if you mishandle me, you will get pricked.
Oh,
Okay.
all right, Miss Lily, Jilly.
Okay,
Lissha.
Mr. Rose. Okay.
Right. She's like,
Yes.
listen.
All right, Miss Lissha, what you are? What are
Rose
you in the garden?
I am a purple rose.
Oh,
Okay.
I am rare.
Lovely.
I am enchanting. I am majestic. And like Jilly said, I will poke you if I have to.
Yes.
But I choose not to. I choose to look just as sweet in my vase. And when I bloom, I'm just gorgeous. I look good. Yeah.
empowering all
And
of
I'm
us.
empowering.
Yeah.
Powerful. And
Nice.
see?
Well, tonight in the garden, I will be a lily,
Yes, for the lily.
All right, Lily.
refined in the heart and refined in beauty.
And you're so peaceful. Yes, the lilies are so peaceful.
Gracefully refined. Listen.
Yes. Remind me of Easter Sunday.
Oh,
Sunday. Easter Sunday, not Easter Sunday. Yes.
Yes, for the lily.
this has been
Absolutely.
great, ladies. We have
We
so
have so
enjoyed each and
yes.
every one of
This was
you.
really good.
Please come back to join Lissha and I.
So
Thank
before
you.
y'all head out of the chat room, we want each of you to shout out your social media. If you have books, where everybody can get your book, magazine, where they can get your magazine. If they want to purchase books, website information, all that, y'all. This platform was created to give life to people's passions, their visions, and we want to spend that time allowing y'all to give life to your brand.
Right, and this is going to be shown on platforms, so just know that this is going to be replayed on YouTube, on
It's
all
archived.
platforms. So
It's archived.
put it out there.
It'll be on Spotify by
We'll be
tomorrow.
on the TV. We're gonna be on the TV. We're gonna be on the TV. We're gonna be on the TV. I'm glad to be on the TV with you ladies. I'm
Looking
glad to
fabulous.
be on the TV.
So, Jill, when I send you the link, you can send them the link and say, I did. I promoted the book. Here's the links for everywhere you can listen to my video, my interview. Yes, I did promote. There you go.
Okay, the link.
You on the TV, Jill? You on the
Okay,
TV behind the scenes?
I'm on Facebook as LaJill Hunt. I am on Twitter. Hold on, let me get my Twitter. Because I keep getting my Twitter and my Instagram mixed up. But I am on Twitter. I will tell you, the only thing I'll be on Twitter doing is I live tweet my TV shows. That's the only time I'll be on Twitter. But yeah, I'm finna get it, y'all. I'm sorry. Well, LL Cool Jill on Twitter.
Oh,
And I am LA Cool Jill on Instagram.
okay.
Okay.
And yes. So
Awesome.
yes. And I just started a reader group today, and it's called, what's the name of my reader group, y'all?
You know what, Jill?
Damn, the lit lounge.
The Lit Lounge. LaJill's Lit
Somebody in
Lounge.
the lounge.
Yes.
Okay.
I knew I was in the lounge. I knew I was in there.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Because they told me I have to be more visible, so I'm working on it.
Yes.
I'm working.
Yes, ma'am. Told you. No more cocoon.
Yeah.
Hello.
I know.
Oh.
Yes.
And Miss Tamara?
Yes. I'm on Facebook, Onyx Bookstore Cafe. On Instagram, under the same Onyx Bookstore Cafe, I think LLC, but you'll find it. And where else am I on? I'm on Pinterest, under the store name, as well as on Twitter, but I don't do much on Twitter. It's a lot to keep up with all the social media stuff.
It is.
It's a lot.
Absolutely.
I just tweet TV shows.
The website is onyxbookstorecafe.com. So I have the books. All the books I sell are on there, and you can go on there, order your books. If you're local here in Georgia, you can do a store pickup, or you can have it shipped to you. So
Nice.
those are all the platforms that I'm on. It's enough.
Now, if somebody wants to get their books in your store, what's the process?
The address for the store is 3301 Salem Road, in Covington, and the zip is 30013. I'm right at the cuffs of Conyers of Rockdale in Covington. It's in the shopping center, Salem Square Shopping Center, where Dollar General. You'll see Dollar General, and I'm right off in the left corner. I'm tucked off in the left corner next to the chiropractor's office. But people are finding me, so that's a good thing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, we so appreciate you guys.
Charlotte has to give her social.
Oh, yeah. Charlotte, I thought you went.
I was letting y'all know, you know, I'm not an intrusive type of person because I'm not in the tweeter. Like,
we got you.
Like,
we got you.
I need to get back on it, but I'm gonna pick it back up one of these days. I talk a lot, so 104 characters can't really do it for me. I just be getting warmed up.
Charlotte's gonna be on TikTok by the time we get done. She's gonna be on TikTok.
I'm gonna be TikToking. I'm gonna get that. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna TikTok. You got looking. My good eye is on the TikTok. I gotta see. I'm gonna have to let something go in order to add something up to add it up. So I let one of the things that I don't really use go to because like you said, it's hard to keep up. Girl, all those pings and notifications. I don't even know people be in the clubhouse early in the morning. I'll be logging into my real job and people up like tapping, like who's tapping in just not to go to sleep. I was like, nobody. So nobody sleeps on Clubhouse because I
First of all, I'll be on Clubhouse.
Queen, I'll be looking at the game page.
Be like ping.
I'll be listening to the game. He be in there, and I be like Dondre Whitfield, man versus man, because I be spying. Like I spy in the clubhouse. So I'm on the clubhouse at Curvy Queen. So if you want a good listener spy, look me up. That's where I'm at Curvy Queen.
Love Clubhouse.
Oh,
Lissha and I
everybody up. Nobody sleeps in there. So if you have insomnia, that's a good place to go and mind other people.
It is
when you like, they up all the time. So that's the thing. I'm on
all night.
I know that's your place, LaJill. I know you rule the clubhouse. I know you do. I know you rule it.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I got more followers on Clubhouse than I probably got on Facebook, child. Because you know I be wearing Clubhouse out.
I need to jump in there and talk some mess.
And that's the thing about it.
Let me tell you,
that's the key to getting. That's the key to get followers on Clubhouse. Like you got them. You can't be one of them people in there.
I'm gonna talk. So y'all come in my room. When I start this room, y'all gotta come in my room whenever.
Yeah, you know I gotta talk. My friends know not to ping. Now my book friends know not to ping me because they be like, "And we have LaJill. Can you tell me?" Like, and I be like. First of all, you don't talk like that in real life. Like, you know,
everybody be up here like such an expert. That's why I just listen.
Like, that ain't how you talk in real life. Why you chat?
But you
I'm
know
a listener. So if you're looking for a listener, that's where I'm at.
Your voice is your content. Your voice on Clubhouse. Your voice is your content. Everywhere else is pictures. Is what you. It's.
And I like that concept. I do. I'm just like. I'm still just navigating. Like it took me a long time to come on to Facebook. I was dragged onto all these social kicking and screaming because I be out there, but I don't be. Like I'm it's just like, you know, sometimes it can become a lot, you know, like the visuals, like the images thrown at you, this to that. You get one review or somebody saying something like or whatever's going on. Like I had like a bad experience this weekend, like the trolls, because you know I had this rainbow incident and I got these people on there acting like they was at the store and they know what happened, and I had to like decompress from the whole social media. But I am on Instagram as Charlotte_Closet. The magazine is intellectualinkmag.com. New issue is out February 1st. You can pre-order on Amazon. The monthly is called Charlotte, and we talk about any and everything. And I'm on my Facebook as Charlotte Young-Foye, and I have my group Charlotte's Closet on Facebook. Come in there, DM, let me know. If you go somewhere and you in the last minute, before you go outside, you should always check your friends. Look at your outfit. So if you need some advice on the outfit, holler at me. I'm around. I would definitely assist or whatever. So that's where
Charlotte about to have a stylist. She's gonna be a stylist for everybody, y'all. She's gonna be a mobile stylist. Listen, we just giving her stuff. She about to be a mobile stylist.
She's good for giving homework. She good for giving homework, girl. LaJill, I want to agree with you. LaJill, I want to agree with you about that clubhouse where people call in and they talk like that. You know, when Lissha and I'm not on it as much as Lissha, but when we come and they ask us to talk, you know, we come with the energy that we come now. This is how we come. They say, "Oh my God, you guys are so full of energy," but what are you supposed to be if you're not yourself?
That's me. I'm telling you, that's why I get as many followers.
That's how we are. We like, hey, we here.
Yep.
But I did want to
I'm
thank you
like-
guys. I don't know, like, thank you so much for like all the support and new things like this Tam with the bookstore. Like LaJill is like new old to me because every time she write a book, she new to me. But I've been like way before I met her a very big supporter of her work. Like I can pull out.
Always held it down.
Queen, I can go and grab the
Yeah.
stuff like. And I read. When I tell you, I read. I have thousands. I can open my own bookstore. I have many books I got in this house. Like honestly, and I donate boxes every year. But because Kawan, his writing, and me, we have our different style. When we got together, our two libraries merged, and they're ever expanding. So I just want to thank you guys, Miss Toni and Miss Lissha, for this lovely, like this Good Friday.
Thank you.
And and I just
want to announce this in advance because I'm manifesting that Kawan and I are going to be added to the Dynasty writing room one day.
All right, you and y'all white people stories. Like I do Dynasty. I'm not gonna lie. I know that shit before out with this crystal in his face. And I have left because I grew up on Dynasty, so I get it. Like the Blake Carringtons and the Diane Carrington, and they did
it. Let me tell you something.
I love some white people stories, and I just
Kawan and I are going to be added to the Dynasty writing room. Like
manifest it.
Right for Dynasty. Go ahead. Let me see y'all in the credits. Right for Dynasty. I'm still.
Charlotte gives us a hard time. Charlotte gives us a hard time about that show, honey. But no. Yeah. I wasn't supposed to tell nobody that.
We won't tell nobody. We won't say it.
Okay, never mind. Shh. Y'all don't tell me.
Y'all watch Little House on the Prairies too. Mom, Paul, Laura, and them. I can't take their ass. Laura and Paul and them busted ass shoes. I be so mad. I don't like white people's stories.
First of all, we use Little House on the Prairie as white noise while we're writing. So and it comes on
that whole prairie. I just want to know none.
It comes on Hallmark and it comes on the Up channel. So I just be flicking between the two.
Yes,
in the prairie. That's all I want to know. This.
look at her face.
I can't. Quan and I both like all these weird shows because we're both Sagittarius. Like his birthday is 2 days after mine, so that's got to be what it is.
Look at Charlotte. She's too through.
I've enjoyed you, ladies.
I like all of. I love my
nice.
black rappers. You know what? I'm very big on black representation on TV and books and everywhere. And I really get annoyed with these shows when they can go through like a whole cast, a whole city, a whole 10 years, and no black people. Like I don't understand that shit. It makes me crazy. Laura, they have so it was no black people at the schoolhouse. None.
But the black lady that worked at the School of the Blind, she did.
Don't even count because you only see her once every 2 years. That is not right. You always see these busted shoes and these fucking little ugly ass kids.
Oh my goodness!
All right,
okay, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for coming to keep
y'all. Love y'all.
Thank you.
And we will see you guys next week. We have a fabulous show for our live show and for our regular show. So I'm excited. We got a busy month coming up. But thank you so very much for coming and kicking with us. And we will see y'all soon, y'all.
Stay safe. Have a great weekend.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.